The best show on earth is the election of an American president. It takes a great country to stand this sort of thing every 4 years.
There are 4 key qualities by which I believe America would like to measure the candidates in this election. They are character, ability, responsibility, experience. From 8 years of intimate association, I know Richard Nixon has these qualities and will use them.
After months of faint praise, Ike pulls out the stops for his boy.
And I know he will use these qualities wisely and decisively. And so will Cabot Lodge.
Now the battle to pick the man to beat Nixon. No one tries harder than Hubert Humphrey, but when you run for president, you're not marked for effort. You're marked for results.
No money for television, no money for printing. I say, where are the buttons? We have no money. So I say, all right, we'll just knock off the whole day, cancel out the program, and we'll get on this telephone. I'll call my friends in Minnesota. We'll call them in New York. We'll call them in Washington. We've got to raise the money.
Adlai Stevenson, 2-time loser, a Hamlet in politics, feels the urge again. He's got the gallery, but it's too late to get the delegates. He wins their affection instead of their votes and goes out like he came in, laughing.
After getting in and out of the Biltmore Hotel and this hall, I've decided that I know who you're going to nominate. It will be the last survivor.
The delegates are pledged to John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Bobby and Teddy work hard to elect the country's first Catholic president. It isn't all done in the smoke-filled rooms. Some of the wheeling and dealing is done in front of the cameras, right out there on the floor. Lyndon doesn't like it, but losers can't be choosers.
As an American, as a Democrat, as a warm, good friend, I am proud to stand beside and stand behind the next President of the United States, Jack Kennedy.
What's Jack got that the rest haven't got? The matinee face, the bright white teeth, the Kennedy name, the Kennedy fortune, a lovely wife, the will to win, and the man within, whoever he might be. Now the campaign to put the man within on show.
Have finally caught up with the promises that have been made by our opponents. They realize that it's a modern medicine man show, a Pied Piper from Boston, and they're not going to go down that road.
I run against a candidate who reminds me of the symbol of his party, the circus elephant, his head full of ivory, a long memory and no vision, and you have seen elephants being led around the circus ring. They grab the tail of the elephant in front of them.
The candidates fling themselves upon the nation. There are 50 states now in these United States, and it's risky to pass one up. It's a grueling campaign. Kennedy seems to thrive on it. Nixon hurts his leg, winds up in hospital, but he fights gamely on. Nixon accepts Kennedy's challenge to debate on television. There are 70 million viewers, almost as many as for the World Series.
Okay. Now, are you leaving tonight? No, I leave at first thing in the morning.
There isn't any question.
For Nixon, everything goes wrong. His advisors put in special lights and repaint the backdrop a darker shade of gray. But he looks haggard. His makeup fails to hide the dark stubble of his beard. And he scores debating points instead of offering a vision for the nation.
Because when we have Khrushchev in this country, a man who has enslaved millions, a man who has slaughtered thousands, we cannot continue to have a situation where he can point the finger at the United States of America and say that we are denying rights to our citizens. What will be the leadership of the president in these areas providing...
Kennedy is calm and nerveless, quickly destroying Nixon's argument that he is too young and inexperienced to be president.
Housing by a stroke of the president's pen. What will be done to provide equality of education in all sections of the United States? Those are the questions to which the president must establish a moral tone and moral leadership.
Kennedy wins by 122,000 votes. Nixon concedes.
That certainly, if this trend does continue and he does become our next president, that he will have my wholehearted support and yours too. So now my wife and I prepare for a new administration and for a new baby. Thank you.
A president's full term runs 1,461 days. John Kennedy's lies before him. Less 461.